Web 2.0. Now that we've covered some of the basics of how the internet works, let's check out some trends that are fundamental to the emergence of modern development and modern JavaScript. The earliest static websites were composed of text images and links with very little interactivity beyond reading from one page to another. These websites are called static, which means a lack of movement because they do not change based on user behavior. As internet connection speeds and web technologies progressed, more complex interactions became possible on the web. A collection of advances in the early 2000s created a cluster of web applications that are often capable of Web 2.0 in comparison to early static websites. Web 2.0 applications are often defined by providing a dynamic user experience by offering content that responds to user input without forcing the page to be loaded. In the early web, user input would typically take user to a new page and they would have to wait for the new page to load. Web 2.0. They have to wait for the web page to load, and Web 2.0 websites could be just update selected regions of the page, avoiding interruption caused by reloading. Emphasis user-generated content and social sharing in early web content was generally authored by a single source. The rise of blogging, social media, and wikis Web 2.0 meant that users could generate content and share it with their friends. They were important technical advances. Then he reached these advances in the user interface of the internet. For example, jQuery was the first JavaScript framework that could fetch data while the web page is running. The rise of web frames that connected to databases like Spring, Django, and Ruby on Rails enabled user-generated content to effectively be created and stored and displayed. What are the difference between Web 1.0 and 1.2? In 2.0, the answers in the screenshots. On the left, the Web 1.0 page is static. It does not respond to user behavior. The content is the same for all users. On the right, the Web 2.0 is interactive. You can like and comment on the page. Dynamic. The time since posting currently 12 hours updates without reloading the whole page allows social interaction. A lot of friends liked the image. Move to the next section when you're ready to continue. Current internet tunes. The rise of internet-connected smartphones has proudly changed the way how users interact with the internet. Mobile internet traffic now accounts for more than half of all traffic, including and web development traffic have evolved in order to provide a good user experience regardless of device type. Responsive web design. The rise of responsive web design has changed how websites are built. Responsive web design was enabled by the additions to the CSS language, media queries, and relative units. These additions allow the presentation of websites to adjust based on the size of the window in which they are displayed. Mobile applications and devices. The rise of the internet connected mobile applications has changed the way we think about browsing the internet. Users accessing the internet and smartphones are likely to spend much more time with specific apps rather than using their phone's browser. Though most applications are internet connected, they are not part of the World Wide Web. The web is built out of links, whereas mobile applications are designed to keep the user's attention. If you want to learn more about mobile development, web development is a great place to start. While the majority of mobile applications are built in the programming language like Swift or for iOS, and it's increasingly common to see developers use JavaScript frameworks to build new apps. Check out the basic responsive website shown here. Try resizing the screen. You'll notice that the font sizing adjusting as the screen width changes. Move to the next section as when you're ready. Review. Congratulations, you now have a general understanding of how the internet works, including the growth of the internet as a network, the difference between the internet and the World Wide Web, the relationship between browsers and servers, HTML status codes like 404 not found, big trends in web development, some static websites, to Web 2.0 and the rise of mobile. If you work with engineers, this information will help you talk about websites and web applications at a more technical level, or if you're interested in becoming a web developer yourself, you now have the important context to start building your own website or web application.